Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Per usual with the Season 5 Reloaded update, because it was a major title update and a full-on download, not only did we get the new content on day one with all the gameplay changes and whatnot, we also saw several updates to the actual game files of Warzone and MW2. And naturally, the data miners went in and found the newly updated game files, and because of that, we now have a bunch of new content leaks to discuss, including the final weapons update of the Modern Warfare 2 year, presumably, and what appears to be a lot of content in store for the Halloween update or the next haunting update for Season 6 as well. So as we get into everything, quick reminder, if you guys are new here, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, leaks, meta breakdowns, you'll find it here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and if you guys enjoy the video, if you're excited to see some of this content in game, do me a favor, drop a like, it would be seriously appreciated. But all this information today is stemming via the various data miners in the community, Task Force Leakers being one of the primary ones. Charlie Intel's also reported on a bit of this as well. But as always, with leaks and with rumors, things are subject to change. Things could be scrapped, altered, updated, changed in any way, shape, or form. So don't take what we have here today as 100% confirmation that all of this is happening. But considering it's in the game files, that does point towards things likely being, further along in development. But initially, we've got 4 new operators that were found in the game files post Season 5 Reloaded, and they're all licensed operators, which is very interesting. So the first of which is Skeletor, a very iconic character. We also have Spawn. We've got Ash Williams from Evil Dead, I believe it was, and then also Alucard, I believe it's pronounced, from Helsing. So a very interesting set of characters here from all different types of media, basically. And you got to remember that with Season 6, it's going to take place in the fall, and we have some haunting stuff that's been leaked for a bit now. The Haunting of Saba event, which is codenamed for the Haunting of Al Mazrah, basically. We've talked about that stuff in previous videos. We also have some more haunting stuff to detail a bit later on into this one, so stay tuned for that. But I mean, some of these characters certainly fitting for a haunting or Halloween type event. It's very possible that some of these are going to be reserved for that. But I mean, just throughout MW2 so far, Call of Duty's been like all in on the licensed operators. So it's possible that just throughout Season 6, we see Skeletor, Spawn, Ash Williams, and Alucard all drop. And then we see even more stuff for the haunting. And then of course, the base operators for like the Season 6 Battle Pass and the standard stuff going on there as well. We just had, I think, 10 operators total revealed for Season 5, which I think is the most ever in COD history for one season. So Season 6 maybe trying to follow that up. If so, it should be an interesting season, at least as far as the operator content goes. Now, outside of the operators, another major part of Season 6's update is going to be the weapons, obviously. You could argue that that is the biggest part of any seasonal update. People are all in on the weapons, and that's the main thing that people are largely focused on. And safe to say, our weapon selection for Season 6 is interesting as well. I think some players are going to be very happy to hear some of these weapons. Others are probably going to be a bit bored with the fact that they're not the most unique in the world. So initially, there's going to be one new melee weapon, and according to the files and Task Force Leakers, it's going to be the dual commas. These are almost like a scythe-looking weapon, basically. You dual wield them, you can swing them around. They look interesting, but at the end of the day, it's just a melee weapon. It's really not all that crazy. The second weapon, which is a ranged weapon, is the ISO 9, which is reportedly similar to the ISO from Modern Warfare 2019, but ISO 9 would indicate it as an APC-9 SMG there, basically. I'm surprised if this is the route they go because, we already have the ISO 45. Having another ISO platform SMG, I feel like would be interesting, and I would be surprised if it overtook the ISO 45 as like a dominant close range option. Seems a little too close, but hey, it doesn't seem like they care all that much about making similar weapons at this point with the M13B and the M13C and the Lockman Shroud and the Lockman Sub. So ISO 9 definitely has some credibility behind it there. And then the last one personally is the one that I care the most about because it seems like finally, it only took the entire year of MW2, we're going to get a new LMG at long last, and it is called the Serval, and it's known as the Bruen from MW 2019. The Bruen MK9 is what it really is, Serval being the code name for it for MW2 here, but we've gone the whole year seen new snipers, seen new pistols, melees, rifles, SMGs. The LMGs really haven't received much attention at all, so if this is the case and all this comes to fruition, even though it's a reused gun from MW 2019, I'd be excited to see the Bruen return because personally I like it, but at the same time, it's definitely not the most original content. You know, I do like seeing fully new weapons in all, you know, areas, whether it's the sub or the LMG in this case, but regardless, those are the 3 leaked weapons that we have as of now for season 6. We should get more intel on that though in the coming days and weeks. There's also been several other content updates that were leaked because of season 5 reloaded as well. There apparently is going to be a new classic price bundle coming to the store at some point here, presumably during season 6, and this is actually going to be the price skin from Call of Duty 2 reportedly, which is interesting. I mean, it's cool that they're throwing it all the way back to the OG days of the franchise for sure, but another basic price skin, and of course it's going to be a bundle. It won't be free to unlock at all. Another one that just kind of makes me scratch my head, there's apparently going to be another throwback audio pack. We already have the one that changed the Hemlock and the MP5 audio and also changed the Nuke audio from a little bit ago. We just recently had the audio pack 2 for all the MW2 music debut, and now apparently in the files there's another audio pack, and this one changes the intervention sound, or the FJX Imperium sound, to the classic MW2 2009 intervention. I mean, clearly they're just trying to separate all this audio so they can drop as many different audio packs as physically possible, but it's really annoying that they're like separating it out to this extent. If there's going to be throwback weapon audio, have that be a bundle. If there's going to be music audio, it should just be included in the initial throwback audio pack, but have that be a music bundle. Instead, it's just like random weapons you got to spend a whole 1,600 or 2,400 COD points on to get a sound. Not really a fan of that. I think it's cool that the intervention sound is going to come back and it's going to be a little bit more nostalgic, but I think it's dumb that it's in a bundle, right? So that kind of sucks. Anyways, I digress. As I teased earlier, we do have some new intel on the Haunting event. There's been some new leaks for clarification on what to expect with this. Apparently, for multiplayer with the Haunting event, there's going to be some sort of LTM zombies mode based around the Haunting of Saba and the Haunting of Al Mazrah. Maybe that will tie into some of the locations that are shared between multiplayer and Warzone. Maybe it'll be its own dedicated LTM. We'll have to wait and see, but reportedly it's zombies for multiplayer. However, in Warzone, the Haunting event is going to be based around ghosts, which obviously we had back in Warzone as well. We had the Haunting of Verdansk with the Zombies Royale LTM, and we had the Ghosts of Verdansk LTM as well. Personally, I like the zombies one a bit more, but according to the files, it's ghosts for Warzone and zombies for multiplayer. Then also included with the Haunting stuff, there's apparently random voice lines for Butcher from obviously the Vanguard campaign. I think there's a lot of confusion about why there's Butcher voice lines in the files. I think I saw some leakers talking about how maybe it might be used for some jump scares within the Haunting event, but definitely strange there with a Vanguard character reappearing here in MW2. Granted, I mean, Snoop Dogg was in Vanguard and he's also in MW2, and they say everything is canon, so Snoop Dogg must have you know, that immortality potion or something, because that man's seen it all at this point. With that said, that's going to wrap things up for this one. A lot of curious leaks for season 6 and maybe beyond for MW2 here, between the operator selection, the quote-unquote new weapons, some of the content elsewhere. Let me know what you guys are, you know, interested in seeing debut. And of course, as season 6 approaches, we're going to see more official confirmations and teases and reveals for all this stuff. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed with those noties turned on. I'll be covering everything as it happens here for Warzone MW2 and headed into MW3 as well. Also, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Would be seriously appreciated. And as always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products, and the links for all those can be found down below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.